Naturalist Charles Darwin was born in England on February 12, 1809.
In 1831, he embarked on a 5-year survey voyage around the world on the HMS Beagle.
On his visit to the Galapagos Islands, he discovered several species of finches that varied from island to island, which helped him to develop his theory of natural selection. Galapagos tortoises have two very different shapes, each adapted for different feeding habits needed on low arid islands versus high lusher islands.
His studies of specimens around the globe led him to formulate his theory of evolution that consists in the process by which organisms change over time as a result of changes in heritable physical or behavioral traits. Changes that allow an organism to better adapt to its environment and that will help it survive and have more offspring. In 1859, he published On the Origin of Species.
Darwin also said that living forms are not static but they evolve. Species change continuously. Some will originate and others will extinguish. Evolutionary process is gradual, slow and continuous, without sudden changes or discontinuous breaks. Similar organisms are related and come from a common ancestor. All living organisms can be tracked back to a unique origin of life.
Natural selection is key in two phases that explain the whole system. The first phase, invariability, the appearance of spontaneous modifications in individuals. The second phase, selection through survival in the struggle for life. The fittest individuals, the ones that were born with favorable spontaneous modifications to cope with the environment, will have a better chance of survival, reproducing, and creating offspring with those advantages. Darwin died on April 19, 1882 in London. Alfred Russel Wallace was a British naturalist, explorer, geographer, anthropologist, and biologist. He is best known for independently conceiving the theory of evolution through natural selection. His paper on the subject was jointly published with some of Charles Darwin's writings in 1858. This prompted Darwin to publish his own ideas in The Origin of Species. Wallace did extensive fieldwork, first in the Amazon River basin and then in the Malay archipelago. He made many other contributions to the development of evolutionary theory besides being co-discoverer of natural selection.